Hi everyone, welcome to Straight from the Divine Tarot. We are Thursday, October 30th, 2025, and I'm doing another collective reading. It's a general reading, okay? So this is not a personalized reading. So please, please, please only take what applies and toss the rest. Do not try to make things fit. It is not advisable. It is a timeless read. You're free to switch the genders and the roles if you need to. That is not a problem. Go right ahead. But please use your higher wisdom discernment while you're listening to general collective readings. It's easy to forget. Okay, I get it. I've been there. Thank you for being here. I'm truly grateful to each and every one of you. I love you so very much. I really do. I'm hoping you've had a beautiful day. There's a lot of stuff going on. I'm picking up that somebody's scrambling. We just did one read kind of along those lines. Somebody was playing games behind your back and they didn't want anybody to know, but they're being found out. There's more to it. Possibly because you've known this person a long time, or you're related to them, or you're married to them or something. I don't know. Let's see where it's going to go. I love you. Thank you for being here. I'm truly grateful. Where are we going? Spirit guides? Oh boy, this is not a victory. Success. Third party's karmic. Could be a third party. It's falling apart. There's no harmony or contentment here. No peace or harmony. It's a one-sided deal. False contract. Breaking the contract. Their way or the highway, right? This was a lesson. This is something you needed to overcome, learn, ascend. And this person went right off the rails here. They thought you were naive or gullible, or they think everybody is. Maybe they think they're super smart or something. They're not. They can't move forward now. They've trapped themselves. This is a blowhard. This is somebody that likes to talk, very loud. They want the attention. They're a blowhard. Should have been a red flag to you or other people. They didn't realize how much of a red flag they are now. You have authority. You or someone else. Could be a father, a boss, or a leader. Definite divinity. Could be male or female. Just remember that we have both male, masculine, and feminine within each and every one of us. You're taking back your power. You're bossing up. You have authority, spirit, or power, spiritual, or in the 3D, or both. You're making the right choices for yourself and everybody involved. This energy has a laurel wreath on their head, meaning back in the day, during the Olympics, that was a crown showing that you've won, the victor. Silently, who you are, just living your life, is showing that you are the victor here. You've won. You don't need all the bells and whistles. You don't need outside validation. You know you've won. You're standing in your authority. Congratulations. Heart chakra wide open. You didn't close your heart chakra. The angels are protecting you, surrounding you. You have a firm foundation. Congratulations. You took back your power. And your power is your love, your heart chakra. You have integrity, loyalty, and honesty. This person or these people don't. They could be trying to affect your heart chakra, maybe pulling your heartstrings so you could feel sorry for them. I don't know. They need your energy. They need your clout. They need your say-so. They need your friendship or your love. I don't know what this is. You have moved on. Again, 6 in reverse. This is not where you need to be. They don't want you moving on. Too bad. This is all one-sided. This was a lesson. You learned your lessons. You moved on. This person doesn't want to move on. They don't want to learn their lessons. They wanted your destiny. They want to hold you from your destiny. It's in keeping with the first read. They're trying to cause delays and stagnation to your life. They want you to go back into another toxic karmic cycle with them. Unfortunately or fortunately, depending on who they are, if it's fortunate for them. It's unfortunate. It's all falling back onto them. They're getting karma. Conflict and defeat. They're taking a big fall. Somebody you were married to, or they committed some, or you're on a platform, you're spiritually high ranking. Divine stepped in. You're going towards a higher level soulmate. You could be on a platform. It could be an institution that's involved, or a belief system. Somebody's taking a big fall. They wanted you to. They were the catalyst to you taking some falls in the past. But the light was always there to catch you. This time, I'm picking up this person. Everybody's running the other way from this person. They're figuring out this person's a troublemaker. Or this is in the past. They try to get everybody to leave you. They wanted you falling on your face. But you kept your eye on the light. They're the ones causing conflict and defeat in your life. And they're trying to stave off their karma. That's what it is. They're going to have a big fall. See, the light's shining on this person. There's a big difference here. The divine's catching you before you fall. Or he has caught you before you took a big fall. They were counting on this. Now they're all scrambling. Yep, patience and planning. You're standing strong here. Moving forward. This is universally driven. This is victory. No matter what, they try to stop you from moving forward. You're leaving them behind. Fuck that shit. They might have to move. They could be facing homelessness. And everything they try to do to you, they're facing. You stood strong within all these adversities, okay? Maybe you didn't look like what you were going through. They're going to look like what they're going through. They can't. They don't have the strength you do. The integrity, the humbleness, the humility. Yeah, they were telling untruths here. All lies. They were cunning. They were trying to cause dissension and upheaval in your world, or they did. Divine judgment is in reverse, so that means karma's kicking in now. Judgment's been done. If you take them to a court of law, judgment's going to go against them. They misjudged you on purpose. They spreading lies about you. Smear campaign. This was wrong, unbalanced, right? They don't want to balance it out. They don't want to fix it because they're a coward. They're hiding. Well, the divine's here. It's going to be fixed. Yeah, they caused a lot of disharmony in your world. They caused people to leave you. It's all one-sided here, karmic. They didn't want to learn their lessons. You learned yours. Goodbye. Read my back, okay? They're all alone. They don't want to be alone. This is somebody that can't be alone. They don't want people to figure them out. No. They'll cause upset and chaos in your world so you don't figure it out. Or other people's worlds, okay? They are a fucking bad omen. They don't want to do that soul work. They don't want to be alone. They were hiding and cloaking so much. They have no help. They were taking people out of your world so you don't have any help. False contract, false friend. They could be stealing your creations as well. There's something to do with that. It's only take it only if it applies. They would never give you a helping hand. They always went and hid when you were going through hell. So they didn't have to help you. Oh, I get that kind of person. I understand that person. Fuck off. Now they're not going to get a helping hand ever. It's all reversed, right? This somebody's lazy, don't want to put the work in, they're disrespectful. Whatever plans, they can't. See, they're trying to build on a false foundation off of your energy, off of you. They were trying to doppelgang you or something. It's not coming to fruition. They can't make it happen for themselves. They need you. They need others. You, on the other hand, can do it on your own. Yeah, base chakra. They were causing a lot of instability in your world. Something to do with the smex, a lot of smexual, maybe they thought they said that don't help them out, they're just a hoe, something like that. And they made themselves a third party in your situations. It could go that way too. They really wanted you unstable. They could be trying to affect your base chakra. Now they're going through it themselves, okay? They're not stable right now. They are trying to make you unstable. You're stable. They're unstable. One in reverse is the magician reverse. Yeah, doppelganger. What'd I tell you? Wow. Male or female, doesn't matter. They wanted to take your voice and your power away from you. This person's heart chakra is closed. They were greedy and selfish and jealous of you. Doppelganger you, pretending to be you, stealing your work, stealing your life, stealing your partners, stealing your friends and your family. They could have been doing magic. Could be a power of attorney behind this as well. A lot of manipulation, illusions, and deception. They don't have all the resources they need. They're unfocused. They don't want you to take any action against them. They're losing material harvest here. They wanted you to lose. Hiding and cloaking, they were behind it all. This is not triumphant. They didn't want you to win in life. But they've been stopped. They don't want to take accountability. They can't go any further. It is what it is. They didn't want you having victory. How dare they? How dare they? Oh. I got news for you, asshole. You stopping others means that you're going to be stopped in your tracks. Because the divine, eventually, that's the way it works in the universe. Whatever you put out, you get back. And apparently, it looks like you took the right approach. Maybe not at first. Okay, you didn't know what was going on. You didn't, you know what I mean? You were oblivious maybe, or very naive where it came to things like that. It doesn't mean you're stupid. You just don't go there. You don't think this way. You know what I mean? You're not an evil asshole. So why would you think people are doing this to you? But you soon figured it out, and you made the right adjustments, let's say. Victory and success. Is that 7? No, 6 in reverse. Ooh. Where are we going with this, please, Spirit? You're very... Oh, this is toxic. Could be a toxic family member. I don't know. You got it. They're working with your family. Drama, arguments, incompatible. Blood ties in a circle. Well, I'm telling you, this is... They're going through it now. Maybe their family's going... They can't keep a family. I just heard that. They wanted to make it look like you and your family can't. They are envious of you and your family. Or you came from a normal family. Maybe they didn't. They had it out for you. Let me destroy them and their family. Yeah, cutting ties. Bye. Freedom, standing up and awaken. You're standing in their way of their happiness. They were using you for entertainment here. You cut ties with this. Everybody's cutting ties. They wanted everybody to cut ties with you, and they didn't want anybody to know who was behind it. Everybody's figuring it out. They were laughing. You were their entertainment. Happiness, joy, and healing. As long as you had no ties to nobody, you had no help, everybody kicked you when you were down, they were happy. Causing chaos. What'd I tell you? They love to cause you chaos, darling. Now they're in it. Upheaval, disaster, and downfall. They wanted your life to stagnate. Stuck, dead end, frozen. Well, they took the time to smell the roses, but now that's turned around, didn't it? Slow down, take some you time getting out into nature. You grounded yourself. Yeah, this has been a long time coming here. Delay, procrastination, too busy. Right? They wanted to delay what was meant for you. If you were going through it, they were never around to help you, console you, hold your hand. They were too busy. They wanted you longing for everything, for love, for happiness, for family, for joy. Now they want to reunite with you because you have peace and harmony in your life, and that's just no. Can't have that. You're a psychopath. I got this in the last read. Okay? Abusive, conniving, and unpredictable. This is happening today. Keep your vibes up. You're in good vibes now. In the moment. Okay? Somebody's birthday's around the corner. This is a birthday cake. It doesn't have to be. You could be celebrating something. Somebody's smoking. That's so weird. You know I've quit smoking, right? And I'm doing very, very well. I haven't smoked. But every now and then, it seems to be a lot lately, I smell smoke. And Spirit's saying somebody's standing near my window trying to blow smoke through the window. And it kind of feels that way. I don't know. Maybe that's happening to you too. Somebody wants to, if you had quit smoking, drinking, smoking other things, they want you to do it again. Do it again. Hurt yourself. Go ahead and hurt yourself. Whatever this is, right? They want you to have a toxic lifestyle so theirs doesn't show. This is a freak. Yeah, they're facing legal issues or you're going to be suing them. They got involved with your family. This could be the power of attorney. They loved every minute of it. They savored every minute of this duplicity behind your back. Court judges, immigration, and lawyers. Something to do with immigration. They could be outside the country. They need a lawyer. Oh, maybe they used your name. Some of them, and this is not for everybody, somebody did some ID fraud, and they're in a country illegally now under your name because they had a record or something like that. They couldn't get into the country. So they could have been married under your name in a different country. Oh, everything's going tits up. Love on the brain, dreaming, fantasizing, daydreaming, nostalgic. And the last read, they had a crush on you too, or potentially. It's not for everybody. You just take it for whatever that is, okay? Maybe they went around saying you had a crush on them. You don't give them a second thought. So there goes their theory, right? Somebody could be threatening you or they're under threat, intimidating, threatening, bothered, or you intimidate them because you're not staying down. Stay down, I say. No, fuck you. You've moved on. Thank you, next. It's the same shit every day. You're tired of it. It's getting stale. They want you to fight with them. They need your energy. Girl fight or guy fight. Arguments, physical. WAR, competing with you. They can keep competing. Okay? It's a thief of joy, comparison. You don't compare. They're fighting with themselves. They want to show that you are crazy or something like that, that you are not a nice person to fit their narrative of you. It's imperative. They're working with your family that's also doing this. If this is also having to do with an inheritance or life insurance or some sort of family money or divorce settlement or custody. There's something about that in that. So just place it where it belongs. Yeah, ignore them, ignore them, ignore them. They're on the run. Their mouth is running. This could be a runner-chaser dynamic. It is definitely narcissistic, sociopathic, or psychotic. I don't know. They're creeping on you. They're a creep. You remain unbothered. Something that they want to get into your energy. I look at this card as trying to get into your energy, trying to siphon energy, trying to give back dirty energy. There was a dirty offer to try to keep you in your head, to play head games with you, keep you stressed. You're moving in silence. Now they're in their head because you're moving in silence. They can't get any info out of you. They could be sending other friends, mutual friends, towards you to get some information, what you're doing. You could be hustling, making some money here. Focused on money and getting it. Congratulations. Or they're trying to hustle you. Okay? Your shine offends their demons. You are shining. That's just too bad. Get used to it, bitch. Sorry about the language. Not sorry. Just words. It's just words. I'd be more worried about these types of people. You know what I'm saying? Instead of a few swear words. So, victory and success in reverse is all good and belly up. Rejection's God's protection. They're being rejected left, right, and center. There's stories about you being rejected. You're proving them wrong. Congratulations. Get a lawyer. They're going to need a lawyer. Somebody's in poor health. They tried to put you in poor health. They said you were mentally unstable. Get rich quick schemes. There we go. So they got involved with your family. Or they're trying to steal your work. Or all of the above. It could be some of it. Not all of it. It could be all of it. It doesn't have to. I don't know. Somebody's thirsty. They had an affair. They claimed you had an affair. They inserted themselves somewhere where they shouldn't have. Sounds like a hoe to me. They tried to cause a lot of damage in your life. They did. They did. Now they're damaged here, okay? They're doing some sort of damage control. They're trying to do. They're a parent or a step-parent. They try to damage your relationship with your child or children or stepchildren. Or they are a parent and they are a bad parent. Maybe their children hate them. You'll see them in the courthouse, don't worry. Oh, so you had an episode with this person where they sided with your previous partner if you were going through custody. Or this is happening now. Yeah. Something to do with life insurance involved. Congratulations. Something to do with pornography. Maybe they said you're into pornography. Maybe they tried to, somebody that looks like you. I don't know. Something to do with pornography. A lot of secrets. Maybe they're involved in it. I don't know. Ooh. So, if you're battling custody, if you're the parent, maybe they're saying that you have child on your computer, or your ex did, and they knew it, and they didn't care. They sided with them anyways. They're childish and immature. Whatever this was, okay? There's smear campaign. The measure of the law, they will receive the full measure of the law. Trust and believe me. Yeah, shame. They were trying to shame you. They should be ashamed. But this sounds like this is psycho. They don't feel shame. They were jealous of you. They're in their south node. They had a lot of secrets. They were doing stuff in secret behind your back. They had a secret obsession with you. What'd I tell you? Something to do with transfer of money, liquids, and or a job. Could be online, wire fraud, something like that. There's proof that they were transferring something here. Now they want forgiveness. Huh? They know that you're loving sort. They're under threat and force. They were the ones trying to threaten you or force you, or they're trying to force you to do something. Discard. They're trying to force other people to discard you. Now, I don't know if this is true. I'm not a doctor or a therapist, but I do know that narcissistic psychopaths and sociopaths are all narcissistic. Not all narcissists are psychopathic or sociopaths or psychopaths. So they were stalking you. They're only here to get theirs, yeah. They were delving in magic or claimed you were doing magic. Smear campaign. Devalue. Comparing and competition. They're very bitter. Some of you, co-worker. You got your co-workers involved. Good for them. Trying to affect your income. They were rude. You see right through them. They're in debt. They're trying to put you in debt, or they are in debt to the devil. Credit, good or bad. They try to affect your credit, or maybe they did. It could be ID fraud, mortgage fraud. It could be credit fraud, division of property. cheater cheating. This is what they're going through. I heard they're shook. You're not shocked. You're not in shock. You're not shook over what they've done. Oh my God. They're not going to be wealthy. You are. You could be beautiful or handsome, or they want to look like you, something like that. There's something to do with a pregnancy or a false pregnancy. That's the wrath of God. They're a creep. They're guilty. You're on your life purpose. They're trying to get in the way of your life purpose. So of course the divine's going to step in. They're selfish, right? Let me drop everything and work on your problems. This is the type of person that wants you to drop everything to come to their aid. They're a narcissistic asshole. Okay? They need to examine. Everybody's examining what they've done. They need their head examined because you are a chosen one. And they're play acting. They're just a player. They're a thief. There's theft involved. Them and your partner or their partner trying to provoke you. They have nothing to lose. They had a grudge against you because they can't be, since you were a child or against your child. Children's Aid got involved, I'm telling you. They're angry. And they're trying to cover something up. Because you're on a social media platform, or they are. Something to do with oral hygiene. Okay. That's a new one. Spiritual hygiene or physical hygiene. Something to do with a birth. You're birthing something new, and these people are cheap. Somebody's cheaping out. Cheap, cheap. They think you're cheap. They're cheap and tawdry for the way they act, okay? And, yeah, you can tell who's cheap, who's tawdry, who has integrity, who doesn't. Doesn't matter what you own. Doesn't matter what you spend. Listen, there's certain things that I don't spend on. I refuse to spend on. I'll take a cheaper brand, let's say, because it's not that important. Other things, yeah, I'll spend the money on because, you know, it's not worth buying over and over and over again. You buy. I don't buy just for the name. I buy for how long it's going to last, durability, how it works. You know what I mean? These people just buy for names. Name brands. That's it. They just need name brands to prove that they are worthy because they put all their stock in themselves and what they own, right? Outside validation. Good for them. Victory and success in reverse 6. Toxic family, legal issues, rejection. Bye-bye. They need a lawyer. They did something against you. There's if this is the story of the inheritance and trying to set you up to make you look a certain way, to have power of control or power of attorney and or control over you and or conservatorship. There's a lot of angles. They got a lot of people involved. A lot of people got paid off. Even your friends, maybe some lovers, some family, definite family. Because they got something to win, right? They got a bone. They have a dog in the fight. Like if there's money involved in any of this, any investigator, lawyer, judge should have to take that into accountability. It's not the first time they've seen it either. People will do strange things and say strange, stupid things for money. Oh yeah, they'll bend over for a quarter. You know what I'm saying? Yep, jig is up. 7 of Cups. All that glitters isn't gold. I'm running out of options. It's all illusions. There's no more confusion. They've been exposed. Dams. Or they're trying to hide you from the public because they lied about you. Maybe they said you were unalived and they stole some inheritance or life insurance and this person took your name and married under your name so they couldn't get into a certain country because they had a record. Dams. They're all in trouble. Thank you, Spirit. That's the absolute God is honest truth. Okay. Oh, a lot of lies, illusions, temptation, bribery, cover-ups, false promises. Oh no, what am I going to do here? Somebody's very confused. Can't see the forest through the trees. 7 of Cups in the upright. Sometimes a hoe bag. Multiple options. Hopeful, wishful thinking. It's all illusion. Putting on a show. It's all illusion. Yeah. And it's children or you're innocent or someone wants to apologize. Somebody has a crush on you. You have a new beginning here. It might be an apology. Devil energy. They might be saying that they're innocent, but they're not. Look at that. There's an attachment here. Something to do with a contract, paying taxes. Now they're sorry. Now they're sorry. They have addictions, obsessions, codependency issues. They're bound to something, or they try to bind something to you. They don't know what to do. Whoever this is, they don't know what to do. It could be multiple options. There could be a child involved. It could be paternity issues. I don't know. Seeing the truth here. You're not mentally conflicted. You're not in denial. They want you to unblock them, maybe, because you blocked them. They thought you didn't know. You know. They have no peace. Whoever this is has no peace. You made a decision. You let them go, or they're going to be dropped, or they have to let something go. There's no more stalemate. You have a lot of strength and courage here, a lot of resilience, integrity, loyalty, and honesty. Somebody's in their ego, wanting power and support. I almost said, but power and control. Look at this. They're trying to shut you up or trying to shut somebody else up. Somebody's bellowing here. Somebody could be very, I don't know, ornery. Lustful at any cost. So he's trying to keep a partner from talking. Somebody lied. This is bad news. There's been no communication. They were trying to force something. Somebody to lie, maybe. Throw rocks and hide hands. Somebody's very immature. Drama starter. Big mouth, I just heard. They feel entitled. This is somebody that needs outside validation all the time. It's all about their ego and their image. Yeah, they did something too quickly here. It could be police coming in. Fast communication, fast action. They lied. They threw rocks, hid hands. They felt entitled. They were attacking you, maybe. They're honing in on you. They had a one-track mind. Something's happening quickly. Yeah, they got caught and they have to come clean. They're not getting away with this. They didn't want to let go. It didn't serve. They didn't want you moving forward in life ahead of them, having what they didn't have, right? Experiencing the experiences that they couldn't experience. If this is somebody that you were in a relationship with, they were non-committal but didn't want to be alone. They wanted you sitting on a shelf waiting for what, I don't know. They didn't want you having a future. They now see they don't have a fucking future. Or now that you caught them in the act, or somebody's catching them in the act, trying to keep you from moving forward. Somebody's at a distance and they can't come home, I just heard. Or they have to come home, maybe. Maybe they're getting deported. I don't know. I'm not getting into politics. That has nothing to do with that. This is just somebody's story. They didn't foresee this. They don't know how to get out of this. They don't see a way out of this. Yeah, they're getting deported. Somebody is at a distance. It could be on the run. They're in transition right now. They don't know what the future is going to look like here. Okay? They didn't sort this out. They didn't plan this out sufficiently. There's a tracker here. There's something tracking someone. You moved on. They want to come meet you in calm waters. Yeah, they were giving and receiving, prioritizing other people. They were paid or getting paid to do something. 6-6, if this means anything to you. 6s mean balance, okay? They need to balance something out. They want to balance something out. They were getting paid. They were paying others. They owe a lot of money. They're on the run. Maybe they had your ID and they got themselves into debt in a different country and now they're out. They're trying to outrun these creditors. I don't know. Yeah, 666, number of the beast. They need to balance something out. They said something on public record. They could have put your name. That's just perjury. It's bearing false witness in another sense. If they're filling out credit card applications under your name with false ID, establishing a false life under they were loving every moment of it, right? And now they got to balance something out. You might be out in the public eye. Well, there's going to be public knowledge now. They maybe testified against you on public record, saying bullshit because they got paid to do so, handsomely at that. But this is victory, success. Yeah, they bore false witness. I can't make this up. They bore false witness. They want to learn a lesson. Somebody didn't look into it. Maybe didn't follow through with whatever information to check, to verify. They can't pay up. They're in debt. They took a huge gamble and they lost. Something about lost children or lost child. They want to learn their lessons. No new beginnings. Can't take a practical approach. Can't start over. This person can't start over. They didn't want you starting over. They wanted to take everything away from you. And they loved every moment of it in your essence, in your energy as you. Yeah, 6, 6, another 6. All 4 6s. They gave out false, misleading information about you. Could be divination abuse as well. This is somebody that's not practical. They don't take practical approaches. They don't want to learn a damn thing. They're very lazy and disrespectful. They don't pay their bills. They wanted to, they publicly said that you don't pay your bills. You're always in debt. So they were trying to hasten that, I guess, right? They didn't think much of you. They wanted to keep you small. Yeah. This is unrequited love. If it's a relationship, if whatever relationship it was not reciprocal. You're not going back to the past. They want you to go back into a past toxic cycle with them. I don't know. This is a lot of trauma bonding. This person doesn't want to heal from their inner childhood wounds. Look at this. This conflict, competition, jealousy, strife, drama, rivalry. This person had enough of their own, but they just didn't want you to have any. So they wanted to take whatever you had. Okay? They got a lot of people working with them. They are in debt. They gave out false, misleading information to other people. They maybe caused a wedge between you and your child or children or siblings. You don't have good memories with this person. They have great memories with you, though, right? Because they took from you. This is nasty. They got a lot of people against you to hate you for no reason. Yeah, you avoided all of this. Or they're trying to avoid a tower moment here. They try to ruin you. And the way you avoided this is because you're using your higher wisdom here. You're very intuitive. You're very wise. This is wise counsel as well. You could be a reader, a spiritualist. You don't have to be. They tried to ruin you. Somebody that can see things. See in the dark. Isn't that something? You're not speaking to them. They held secrets against you. You're balanced. You're stable and secure. Or this is them secretly wanting to be you. Male or female. You know your value and your worth, and people are seeing it as well. People who knew your value and worth kept quiet. They didn't inform you. They didn't tell you. They were working with them maybe, or they got a little slice of the money. Okay? Somebody's trying to tweak the Bible to suit their whatever they're trying to do here against you. You know your value and your worth. You have integrity, loyalty, and honesty. You're hardworking, abundant, and very independent. You're a nurturer, a healer. Very stable and secure. You're working on your pentacles, on your health. You go along. And the last read was talking about cars. You don't need a car. You get around. And I don't mean around like they do, but, you know, you're able to get where you need to go in life. You're very fruitful with that bunny there. The mountains are behind you because you overcame those mountains in the past. You're not going back there. These people can't overcome these mountains. You're using your intuition to get you in a nice, comfy spot. Congratulations, male or female. Yeah, they can't unalive you. Somebody kept doing something over and over again. It's getting old. It's getting stale, like the card said. This is a profound, permanent loss for whomever this is. Or you're not unalived and they were using your ID, living as you. Damn. Somebody kept doing something. This is somebody resisting change. Yeah, it's over. Ending a cycle to begin a new one. They have to move. Somebody's at a distance. You're protected. This is victory. Congratulations. You could be online, by the way, or it's going to hit the news. Someone who's reckless, careless, and foolish, or they're trying to impress online that you are reckless, careless, and foolish. This person's naive. They thought you were naive. Nah, they went right off the cliff here, okay? No new beginnings. They didn't want you having new beginnings. They can't regenerate. You regenerate all the time, energetically, in life. When they knock you down, they want to keep you. They want you to stay down, but you don't stay down. You get back up again. They can't do that. Yeah. You get back up, you put your past hurts behind you, and you move on. This is a reckless, careless fool. Now, they're going through a dark night of the soul because they lied about you. They were jealous of you. They were vindictive, vile, spiteful. You turned ice cold on this person. You want nothing to do with them because they're bitter. I can't say that, Spirit. They're really stupid. Inane, I heard. The other word I'm hearing, I can't repeat it. I shouldn't. Anyways. They think they're smart. They're not. They're coming out as really foolish. Let's put it that way. You wanted a life of luxury off your back. This is a financial crime. They wanted you to look foolish and stupid. Twisted, illogical. They're in debt here. They're unstable, insecure, very, very greedy and selfish, codependent, clingy. They cannot be alone. They cannot be alone. They can't listen to themselves talk. Okay, they know they're stupid. Sorry, I don't normally put people down like that, but when they act like this and they hurt others and they think they're all that in a bag of chips, they're putting on an act. They know who they are. Male or female, doesn't matter. They're very dangerous with their words, and people are figuring out they're just vindictive. They're vile. They can't get your name out of their mouth. They're unstable. They wanted you to look unstable. This is conscious awareness. Oh boy. They wanted to live off your manifestations. They want to know what you're manifesting right now. Because you hold the power here. You're in control of your own life. And you're keeping it in control. You're co-creating with the divine. You're manifesting something new. You'll be taking action against these people. They know. They know they're going to jail. They didn't. You know they were trying to restrict you, keep you small. They wanted you stuck in your head, but they're stuck in their head. It's self-imposed. There's a lot of obstacles here they need to overcome. You overcame the obstacles. They can't. They're hiding and cloaking. They can't be alone. Don't want to be alone. They don't want to be investigated. Don't look at me. Don't scrutinize me. They're going to claim they were unaware. Fuck you. Oh, you could be socializing. They don't want you to start socializing here. They don't want you socializing, whether it's a past partner or somebody that's sleeping around with your past partners. You got an STD, yes. You bossed up, took back your power. This could be somebody else, a father, a boss, a leader, somebody with power and authority. Somebody's seasoned traveler. I don't know. Somebody. It could be you or someone else, male or female, doesn't matter. Taking back control here. This was an unwise investment. They didn't want to invest in you. Someone's throwing their weight around. They have no proof or evidence of anything they said about you, and this person knows it. You're an upstanding person, upstanding citizen, male or female. You give back to the world. Could be a divine being, a divine masculine energy. They didn't want anyone to invest in you. Maybe this is a partner of yours or somebody. Father, it could be anybody. This is a loss of a lot of money, maybe. They have to relocate. It could be authority stepping in, saying, you got to go. They're in debt. They spent all this money. They thought it was all fun and games, right? They got to balance this out. You are balanced. You're happy. You're healthy. They want to reconcile with you. Can I bunk with you? Can I stay with you? I don't think so. You poured all that love into yourself here, okay? You managed to remain balanced in life. You're a healer. You're a teacher. You alchemize and transmute. You use your intuition to get through. Male or female, place the genders where it belongs. You remained emotionally balanced, stable, mature. This was a bad investment. If this has anything to do with an inheritance or life insurance, they're going to lose everything. They got to balance this out with you. They see you're healthy, you're alive. You're a good person here, sweetheart. You got through this using your intuition, male or female. You're loving, kind, nurturing, and sweet. You're going to court, something to do with a marriage or spiritual high ranking. The divine stepped in. Could be on a platform as well, and they see how kind you are, how balanced you are emotionally, mentally, if they said you were crazy or not. Now, they may want forgiveness here. They may get on their knees and ask you for forgiveness because they lied. This is a narcissist, sociopath, or psychopath. They need help. They need therapy. Maybe they claim that you were this crazy person. You're not. Somebody's going to be taking some action here. Let me lie. They used and abused you. They were very, very vindictive and vile, very abusive. What they did was psychological, warfare. They bruised you. They hurt you. They what's the word I'm looking for? They left scars, psychological scarring. Somebody's got to take some action here. They lied about having passionate interactions with you, lied about taking some sort of action. You have growth and expansion in your world. You have new beginnings here. They didn't want you to have a new beginning. You're going to be arrested here. Somebody's taking action. They wanted you. They could have said, I don't know what they were saying. Somebody's going to be arrested. It's illumination. They can't hold you back any longer. You overcame whatever they tried to do to you. They might have said you were unalive, but they were playing in the background of your life, trying to keep you small, keep you from maybe off the map. Maybe if you're in debt, you can't get credit cards. They can, I don't know what they were doing. They were trying to get you in trouble. The worst has happened. This is a nightmare. They were trying to affect your mental health or something. That's them here. They're trying to strategize, justify what they've done here, and rationalize what they've done. They lied. No truth, no clarity, no communication. They lied. Ending a third-party situation, a collaboration, or a false contract. They fell on their face. They were trying to build off of you, off of your creation, off of your energy, off of your essence. They're not getting any help. They never helped you. You are a wish fulfillment. You're going to get some wish fulfillment here, okay? They were quite satisfied in doing this, allowing you. This is your creation, whatever this is. You're creating a new life. Whenever you fall, you're able to get back up again, recreate yourself. You know what I mean? Move forward. You overcome. This person can't. This is wish fulfillment. The authorities stepping in. They have to move. They need to take accountability. It's radical acceptance. They need to take accountability. It's awareness. You are aware. Everybody's aware. This is universally driven. This is victory. You're still moving forward. You're leaving them behind. You're going towards your wish fulfillment. Yeah, you're aware. This is not wish fulfillment. They're feeling ashamed of themselves. They wanted to stop your wish fulfillment. They're in their self-note. They have no spiritual protection. They have no faith. People are losing faith in them. They are impersonating you, stealing your work, your ideas, your achievement. They felt entitled. This could be forgery. For a home, a marriage, a family, stability. They were celebrating this, right? It's a scam artist. It's a long time coming here. They need to take accountability. You're the responsible one here, okay? They need to make a payment. They made a choice. They went to the crossroads. They're watching you from afar. They're heartbroken. They want to see you heartbroken. They love it. They're jealous. They want to be you. They were doing magic, maybe. They're a hoe bag. They're abusive. They're a bully. They want power and control, but they can't control themselves. They don't create. They destroy. They can't be alone. They they were juggling. They're playing games here with your family money, with this inheritance, with life insurance, with this corporation. This is ending. This is long-term stability. You're balanced in alignment. Somebody's made a decision here. Somebody's in their emotions. This is self-love. You love yourself. You're coming into your wish fulfillment for sure. 10 of Pentacles. They got to let go. They're going to let go. They have to give up. They're low vibing here. They're angry and they're scared. Judgment's gone against them. They don't want to take accountability. They misjudged this, okay? No second chances. They're getting karma. Yeah, karma. Karma, double karma here. They wanted your destiny. They wanted you to stagnate. They were going behind the scenes and trying to ruin your life, trying to hijack your wheel of fortune. Now it's all getting turned around again. You're going to have to drop this. You have no burdens. You're not taking on their burdens. They're scared. There's lots of lies and illusions here. They're in their emotions. They were wearing masks, right? They're going to have to walk this path by themselves. Nobody's going to do it for them. Yep, see, everybody's walking away, taking on hits. Everybody they had working for them, with them, are taking on losses. And they're walking away from this idiot thinking they still have a chance. I don't think so. They want to come back. They still have a chance. I don't think so. They want to come back in from out of the cold. So they have to walk away. We have to leave. They have to leave wherever they are. They're losing everything. This is financial ruin and spiritual jail. They've been blocked. You're standing your ground here. They targeted you. People don't trust this person. They're all taking on losses. It's a defeat at the end of the day. Lack of trust, no harmony. They cause disharmony here. This is something that's really superficial, really malicious, ruthless, and careless, and cruel. Now they're crying. Oh, boo-hoo, boo-hoo. Emotionally manipulative, emotionally unavailable, and insecure and infantile, I just heard. Self-serving. Two King of Cups, male or female. King of Wands in reverse is Warlock. Somebody that has no authority. don't do the right things. These are a whole bunch of people that you coming across, or that were dealing with you in the backgrounds or lying about you. They had authority taken away. They abused their authority. This is not a leader here, it's a follower. It's all ego and impressions, an image to uphold. They don't take the noble approach. It's all about stealing money, missing opportunities. Yeah, from your work, I don't know. You've mastered yourselves, put a lot of effort in. This is success. They wanted you to miss your opportunities. Truth and clarity, they've been exposed. You're happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay? This is the truth. You're speaking the truth. You are the truth. Congratulations. Something about paternity, third parties, pleasure seekers, and friends all involved. You're going to have to let this go. They're immature, okay? They're very insecure and unstable. They're trying to hold you back. They can't hold you back anymore. They're going to have to cut their losses. Somebody wants to come back towards you. They're dreaming about this. They're contemplating. They're praying. They're strategizing how to get back into your energy because you're sleeping well at night. You're not worried. You're armed. They're going to need to put something to rest. This is backfires, okay? No communication. They're trying to stop your forward motion. This is bad news for them. You are the Empress, the divine feminine energy. Male or female, you're creating. They can't stop your creativity. They can't stop your protections. Okay? Yep, now they want forgiveness. They want to take the swords out of your back. They placed there? I don't think so. They went too far. End of. Somebody could be sick. They tried to unalive you or they unalived somebody else. Didn't work. Okay? They lied. They threw rocks. They hit hands. They're harassing you, stalking you, targeting you. They're jealous. They abused you. This is news they don't want to hear or the people that are working with them are finding out. This person was all jealous. It was all abuse. It was all bullshit. Smear campaign, lying, spreading rumor, gossip, and slander about you. They're petty and they're cruel. Their family is involved. A group, a community. They were building a life off of these lies. They were happy. It's an injustice. It was an imbalance and injustice. It was amoral. Third party contract. They were trying to rise up off of you. Always inserting themselves where they didn't belong. It could be sexual. It could be all of the above. You used your higher wisdom and you raised above it. You ascended here. There's something to do with a contract. It's all, get rich quick schemes. Greedy, selfish, and jealous. Lazy. Codependent, clingy. Can't be alone. This is somebody that has an image to uphold. Male or female. Get rich quick schemes. They're spendthrift. They love spending other people's money. It's a bully. They bend to public. They'll do whatever they have to do. They're not proud. They don't care. Yeah, they're feeling sorry for themselves now. People are turning their backs on them. They're greedy and selfish here. They didn't, I don't know. They're being exposed. They're being ignored by other people. You're ignoring them. You're zen. They're trying to get into your energy and you won't let them. They could be using other people, but mutual people, family, friends, exes, whatever, to get back into your energy. It's not working. They can't get back in. This is a total fail for them. Victory, success, and reverse. It's a fast drop down to the concrete. They're dropping. Whatever this is. What I mean is they're falling on their face, okay? It's gonna hoit. It's gonna hoit. You're standing in their way, that's why. You bossed up, took back your power. This is somebody else with authority and power, divinity, divine being, divine masculine, male or female. You're making the right choice. You made the right choice. Thou shalt not pass. I just heard. You are the victor. Something to do with your family, their family. Okay, blood ties, inner circle. They inserted themselves here. They're very toxic. Everybody's toxic here. This is happening in their world. Drama, arguments, incompatible. They laughed at all the drama they started. Or they hate the fact that you're now laughing. You're happy. You're joyful. You've healed. They hate it. You've cut ties. Now that you've cut ties with these assholes, you are happy. Okay? They were trying to get people to cut ties with you and hide who they were. They were working behind the scenes. And they were trying to attach these cords to you, and you broke them. Congratulations. They're facing legal issues, or they will. Or they try to make you face legal issues. Court, judges, immigration, and lawyers. Love on the brain. I don't know. Dreaming, fantasizing, daydreaming, and nostalgic. They're hoping that you will take them back, save them. Rejection is God's protection. Remember that. You're rejecting them. How do you like it now, bitch? They need a lawyer, or lawyers are rejecting them. I'm not taking this case. Nah. They can't find help. They don't have money for a lawyer. I don't know. Something like that. What you put out, you get back. It's okay, you want the goddesses. Out of the blue, they said goddesses. All right. This could be a female if it's going there. Maybe they did delve into some sort of magic. Use these goddesses against you or something like that. It is what it is. They've been denied. If they petitioned any deities, they're being denied. Or the courts are denying them, or someone's being denied here. Or you've been denied way too long. You're getting what's yours. Goddesses, where are we going with this for the collective? How are we ending this? Ooh, boy. Oh, I see my candle went out. Oh, let me see where that went. That is funny. Okay, so the candle went out. There you go. That's who came out of the deck. And I had to go reaching for Sekhmet. They didn't want you to empower yourself. Or they were trying to empower themselves off of your energy. Off your name, your life, your creativity. You're being protected by Sekhmet. Congratulations. Bottom of the deck. Gaia. Online. Ending a cycle to begin a new one. Moving on. Overcoming protection. Wow. Because that's the world card to me. Last one. They've been denied. Denied travel. You got to go back home if they might be being deported. Whoever this is, they're being denied. Nuba. Gaia. Sekhmet. Sovereignty. They're not free here in the Morgan. You're trying to take your sovereignty away from you. This is battle-hardened goddess here, okay? They can't fight this. Whatever they're facing, they can't fight it. Whether it's spiritual, in the Matrix, or both, they cannot fight it. They don't have a leg to stand on. They don't have your energy. I don't know. Your goodwill. Maybe they're trying to... I don't know if you can do this. I don't know that much about this, okay? Maybe they're trying to hide themselves in your energy, spiritually speaking, where they can get your backing. I don't know, your protection. Ain't going to happen. Send the upright, the empowerment. So this is, you're quite the rebel, aren't you? Often going against the grain. You push through other people's boundaries without knowing what the effect will be. You've been a fighter all your life, facing up to life's challenges and overcoming other people's prejudices directed at you. You stand strong in your belief regardless of other people's thoughts and feelings. You don't give a damn what they think. And that's the way to be. You always rise in opposition against those who are in power for all the wrong reasons. You're a whistleblower. You're a system buster. Sekhmet calls to you to see the truth from all perspectives. You are a force to be reckoned with as you fearlessly rise up to state your mind. Rebellion needs to be controlled and not forced at the cost of hurting others or seeking revenge for past hurts. This is your time to empower yourself and to assist others. Become a rebel with a cause, for you have been called to help others who have gone through similar situations and to learn from any mistakes you may have made. So that makes sense, okay? Because the last read, which is tied to this one, rang a bell with me. Certain people, it was very familiar. I'm not saying it was my read at all. I don't want to say that because I'm past that, way past that. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's no longer part of my life. I know that they're still trying to get into my energy, but it's a solid no. But whomever's going through this, trust and believe. I know what you're going through. So if there's anything I can help you overcome, see in a different perspective, help you just feel stronger, I'm here for you, okay? Gaia. It helps knowing that other people know what you're going through. You're not alone. Gaia, and this is creation. Here we are. Do you feel like you're in the middle of a storm with chaos unleashing its fury all around you? It's all too easy to get sucked into the dramas and traumas of those around you, whilst others seem to have such high expectations of you. So they stand back and watch you squirm. They love it. You know what I mean? Oh, we thought better of you. Why are you doing this? You know what I mean? Other people are doing it, but that's irrelevant to these people. Time to take accountability of your life and put yourself first. Mother Gaia calls to you to manifest all that you wish your life to be and to take care of you. Understand how the elements weave through your daily life and take a good look at everything you have created so far. That's right. Everything that is happening to you at this present moment has been created by your thoughts, words, actions, and feelings, good or bad, okay? Gaia reveals what lies beneath the surface and reminds you that you have the ability to create or destroy. It's your choice. That could be for them, that could be for you. Listen, I'm not putting the blame on you. Other people have targeted you. I get it, okay? But we also have responsibility. We have a role to play, good or bad. And not always do we play the right role. We think we're doing the right thing, we're not. Okay? Don't act on impulse. Don't act on feeling. That's where we go wrong. I know this, I can tell you. I've gone through it. I don't want to see you fall on your face. I don't want to see you hurt any more than you already are. I want to see you heal. I want to see you happy. So if I can prevent you from hurting, I've done my job, okay? Don't make it sudden decisions based on feels, on your emotions, okay? Nuba, in reverse. Make peace with a family member. Express your love more often with a kiss or a hug, or tell people, quote unquote, I love you. Not love you, I love you. If you can't put the I in front of it, then you don't love that person. You don't think that highly of them to say it. You're too lazy. You get what I'm saying? They're worth it. Trust and believe. If somebody doesn't think, sorry about the background noise. If somebody doesn't think you're worth it, that's what they're going to say to you. Love you, love you, love you. It's just an insult to me. Take better care of your body. Drink more water every day. Be generous with your time. Rein in the excesses in your life. It could be for you or for them. Take it for whatever that is. Somebody's backing up. They're trying to get out of what they said and did. Backtracking. Maybe they have to go back and start all over again. Hey, been there, got the t-shirt for that one. And as long as you learn something on the way. You know what I'm saying? It's not all for nothing. That's the way I look at it. Some people think, oh no, I got to start all over again. Oh no, oh, I used to be here. Well, it's just things. It's just a house. It's just a car. You can get that back if you so desire, or you could do it differently this time, and maybe you'll be happy. I don't know. And I know people are going, oh, it's just a house. It's just a car. It's easy to say when you have a house and a car. Well, I don't have a car. Okay? And I have been in a position where I didn't have a home. And I didn't know where I was going to lay down. I didn't know where my next meal was going to come from, okay? When there's a will, there's a way. Don't give up. Angels, how are we ending this, please? Whoopsie. Wow. See, Aliyah was in reverse. They were giving out misinformation, lots of lies about you. Somebody in your family, you could have lost a child, or you're losing your children. You fought for children in a court of law. They got involved with you losing your child or family. You have no good memories. A lot of trauma bonding. You're getting your flowers, though. No, somebody's being investigating, finding out. Somebody from your past has been found out. God who stirs all men. Motivation lifts up those who are fallen and humiliated. They wanted you to fall on your face. They took great pleasure in this. But you get back up again. It's them who's fallen and humiliated. This is competition. A whole bunch of people involved wanting to compete with you, cause a lot of drama in your life, wanting power and control over you. Somebody's wanting to dominate you. But you have integrity, loyalty, and honesty. You're strength and you're very courageous. You're not afraid. They are. That's the difference between you and these people that wanted to hurt you. They're very afraid. That's how they live their life. Obviously, they don't like themselves. They're afraid of intimacy, of the truth. They don't speak the truth. They don't live the truth. They're afraid. They live in fear. God listening and concealment, politics and ambition, wins judgments and protects all those who seek the truth. Congratulations. Place that where it belongs. Ten of Swords, that came out earlier too. It's a betrayal. A whole bunch of people betrayed you, or they're finding out they were betrayed by this person. 17, you're very protected here. This is wish fulfillment, divine intervention. All eyes are on you here. Luia, the marvelous God, revelation, protects from sadness, gives revelations in dreams. Pardon me. I had a dry throat. I just had a cough. Yeah, somebody's really worried. They can't eat or sleep. Yeah, somebody was covering for them, or somebody was worried that they covered for somebody. Somebody wants somebody to shield them. Devil energy, Hariel, the comforting God. Purification, protection from the impious religious sentiments. Somebody's very impious, or they're trying to make you seem like you're impious. Well, somebody's getting punished for it. 8 of Wands. Moving forward. Fast is fast. Something's picking up speed here. Communication, action, and or travel. 49:13. Something's over. You're the phoenix rising here. This is changed very well. The great and exalted God. Grandeur makes one passionate towards God. Somebody's sobbing here. There's a sob story. Feel sorry for me with the violin. Somebody wants to give you a sob story, or they're giving sob stories to other people for sympathy. Feel sorry for me. Cover for me. I don't think so. Yeah, 2 of Pentacles. You're balanced. You're in alignment here. Somebody's going to jail. It's fair. What's fair is fair. Okay? They were hoping to make money off of you by keeping you confined, maybe putting you in jail, maybe putting you in a crazy home or something. An earth angel. They got to balance. Somebody lost their head. They said you lost your head. You're crazy. They wanted to take your life. This is balance. 56 is 11 is justice. Poyel. God who supports the universe. You'll be on a platform. They could be stealing money. They didn't want you to be seen on a platform because that's not supporting their lies, right? If somebody went looking for you. And somebody did. Somebody with authority. That's who this Emperor is. Somebody with authority has found you, found out the truth. They're all going down. God who supports the universe. Fortune and fame fulfills any request. So because of this, fortune and fame is coming towards you, or they thought they could get that off of you. But because of this, it might be on the news. It might be famous in your community. It might be famous worldwide. Somebody's going to be telling your story, or maybe you will. I don't know. Maybe they'll make a movie off of it, write a book about it. Whatever this is, it served its purpose to rise you above where you should have been all along. I get it. Okay, but you're always where you're supposed to be. You needed to go through this in order to appreciate this, in order to grow whatever it is you had to grow, your awareness, your healing, to heal, to let go of the past, to realize not everybody's your friend or family member. You know what I'm saying? Or lover. Maybe, like me, I took people at face value. I didn't judge them. I still don't, but I know there's potential for evil there. I've since found that out. So I keep a distance. I'm not open, and, I don't open my heart, my home, my life to people as readily as I used to. They could have thought I was wearing rose-tinted glasses, a Pollyanna, naive and gullible. I wasn't. I saw the world the way it was. I chose not to live there, though. Because I don't act the way these people were acting. I'm not saying it's my story, but, evil. I'm not an evil person. I don't want to take. I don't want to steal. I don't want to cause drama. I want to help. I love. I'm happy for everybody. I don't think like these people think. And that's why they thought they could do what they did to me. And I'm still innocent. I carry my innocence with me. I still live my life like a child. In my heart, that can never be taken out of me. I don't want it to go, because that's what the divine wants us to do, to live as a child with that childlike wonder and that fascination and that belief, creativity. Because if you can think it, you can create it in your mind, you can manifest it, co-create it with the divine. Do you understand what I'm saying? Anything's possible with the divine. They wanted to take that from you, but they can't. And that's what I'm saying. I went through this. I went through a lot. Gosh, I hope it's over. You could be a way shower, definitely. I'm in a position where it's like, hey, I've been there, I've done that. Here's the light. This is how I did it, how I got through it. How you got through it isn't necessarily how others are going to get through it, but it gives them incentive to know that you can survive these certain things, okay? That their life isn't over. You can't start over again. It might not look the same way. Your life might look quite different. Totally different, and that's fine, as long as you're happier, at peace, and you're healthy, and you can trust those around you, and you're at peace. You sleep well at night. You know what I mean? I hope this helps. I love you guys. Until next time, take care.